This is Donna, and she had the Melanin Lift, which is a mid-depth superficial peel, and Donna had that just a week ago. And I also did a treatment on her chest, which was the TCA salicylic mixture. We call that the baby boomer. So I'd like to ask Donna a few questions before we start her treatment. The treatment she's going to have today is the all-natural pumpkin refresher, which her skin will love, and I will be doing that on her face as well as on her chest. So Donna, how did you feel this week when you had your peel?
Felt pretty good. There was quite a few days, probably 3 or 4 days, where it really peeled a lot. But it's slowed down. I still have a little bit of flakiness.
Okay, you're still going through some peeling. When did you begin peeling?
I began peeling, I'd say, the following day after the treatment.
Okay, great. And what about the chest area? When did you see that start to lift and change?
That took about 2 to 3 days before it really started reacting to the treatment.
All right, and would you say your skin looks better this week? Have you noticed any changes? Did you go through some really bad days?
Yeah, there was a couple days where the peeling was actually a dark colored peel, but the results have been great.
Okay,
really
great.
Evened everything out.
Well, this is the beginning for Donna as far as a good rejuvenation program. We've achieved a lot with her, and we're going to go ahead and do the pumpkin refresher on her face and also on the chest area. So we'll begin the treatment by cleansing her with the pumpkin cleanser. And this is a natural salicylic beta enzyme cleanser that has also got some lactic acid in it. And I want to do the same cleansing steps on the chest area. Get my hands just a little bit moister. If you have your hands pretty wet as you begin to apply this, you'll get a nice lather. It doesn't dilute the cleanser in any way that it's not as effective, but it gives you some real good slip and lather to the skin. And Donna's been following a post-care regimen all week. She's been using her epidermal growth factor regenerating cream and then using her SPF. And she uses the powdered minerals for her makeup foundation, which has been just ideal for this type of peel. Now the reason I chose this particular peel, and this is one of my signature facial treatments, is that for Donna, it's going to help support her skin in so many ways. The pumpkin is a natural enzyme that's actually taken and formulated from pure pumpkin puree, and it's loaded with nutrients. It has a lot of beta carotene, vitamin A, naturally occurring salicylic acid, and it not only acts as an exfoliant, which we will be using it in our enzyme step, but it infuses nutrients into the skin as well. So it's highly nourishing, and it helps to increase collagen activity in the tissue. And we'll just give Donna a really nice, nutritious finish to her peel and continue to support the rejuvenation of her skin. And you can see as I removed what foundation and sunblock Donna did have on, how healthy and pretty the skin tissue looks. And that's what we want to see. She's an ideal candidate for this particular treatment, a 1-week follow-up. When you have a skin that comes back from a peel, particularly a the superficial mid-depth or even the superficial deep peels, you want to make sure that the skin is completely healed and peeled before you start doing your treatments. And that will help you to determine, just how much exfoliation and treatment you want to do. Now the pumpkin enzyme that I'm going to be using is our pumpkin parfait enzyme, and this is equivalent in intensity to about a 10% lactic. So that gives you some gauge of the intensity of the enzyme. If her skin were still in a more sensitive place or still not completely peeled, and I wanted to do this, I would use the pumpkin enzyme by itself. But because she is completely peeled, pretty much throughout, and I want to get a little more lifting in the chest area for her, I'm going to boost this enzyme with a little 20% lactic. So combining the 20% lactic with a pumpkin mixture that's equivalent to 10%, we're looking at about a 30% lactic in intensity. But we get so many more benefits with the value of what pumpkin can do. So I'm going to work this onto her skin. We've already mixed that in our beaker. And this is for the face, this mixture. And then for the chest, I'm going to boost it up even more and make it a little bit stronger so that I can get more digestion and softening of the skin cells for her. The goal on the face with this treatment, if this were being done not so much post-peel, but just as a good healthy maintenance treatment, would be to soften and digest the protein, which is what enzymes do for the skin. And for Donna, what we're trying to do is just continue to give her more rejuvenation support, continue to soften the lines, continue to work on the sun damage. And pumpkin is so great for that. It'll grab right onto those hyperpigmented areas and really help to break that melanin down. But on her chest, I want to gain even more. I want it to actually become almost like a little peel to continue on, because we've got a lot of sun damage that we are wanting to improve for her. That's really just years of sun exposure. And so I'll be using a stronger mixture here in just a moment on the chest. And this is left on the skin for about 3 minutes. And you want to really watch when you're working with your pumpkins. Some people, even in this low strength intensity of 10%, can only handle it for a few minutes. And because we have boosted it with the 20, it's going to have a little more activity. So now I've got this mixture, which has the 50% with the pumpkin parfait. And I'm just going to spread that on nicely onto the chest area. Are you feeling okay?
Yes.
And you notice I haven't handed her the fan. Most of the time, your clients will not need a fan with this mixture, but some may, and so always have that available and be ready to give it to them if they need it. If they do feel anything, it's usually just a little bit of a tingly sensation, a little bit of prickliness. And now what we want to do is massage this into the skin for just a few minutes. If I had just done the face, I probably wouldn't use a glove, but because I did add the 50% on the chest, I'm going to go ahead and put a glove on just to keep my fingertips soft. I don't want them peeling this week. But if you just work this in for a few minutes. And she's already getting pretty pink. And all of my signature facials, and this one very much so, I mean the name All Natural Pumpkin Refresher sounds wonderful and enticing, and it certainly is, but it's not by any means fluff. I mean, this is really an active enzyme. A lot is happening to the skin. It will stimulate, it will pinken the skin, it really softens those dead skin cells, and so you don't want to just put this on and walk away and leave it without keeping an eye on the skin, and you don't want to apply your steam with this. It works very well on its own. And for a 3-minute enzyme, as part of your treatment to really achieve a lot. I mean, it's a very dynamic little mixture that brings that skin to real life, even if someone had not had the peel like Donna did. And I'm still leaving it on longer on the chest area. You want to make sure this is all completely removed. But one thing, your little gauze pads really help you to determine how much you've removed, because you'll be able to see all of that pumpkin residue on your gauze. And we had actually quite a bit left on there that I wasn't seeing. But if you go back and you do your rinses or you feel the skin with your hands, you're always going to be able to get that. And you would not want to leave any trace of this on the skin. Be sure that it's thoroughly removed, because if it's left on at all as we proceed through the rest of the treatment, it's going to really cause some irritation. Pumpkin, like alpha hydroxy, is a mixture that just continues to work on the skin, and it always has to be neutralized and removed. And in this case, we're neutralizing with just our water. Nice and pink, good stimulation, looks real pretty. I'm going to blot you dry and take a look, keeping in mind that you've got your pumpkin mixture on the chest, probably on for another 2 or 3 minutes. This could safely be on the chest area anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, and it really would depend on the damage and on the individual, what you had done prior to this. Just wanted to blot her dry a minute and take a closer look and make sure that everything is okay. And it looks really good. And what I see that Donna has achieved in this peel, just in this time we've worked, we have really softened up the formation of lines that we're developing through this area. Overall, we have just given a lot of vitality to the skin. Even this side, Donna, these are so much better. This really looks nice. We've really lightened her up quite a bit. Even the coarseness on the chin area has begun to really soften up. She's a little pink on the neck, a few little places that are still healing, but it looks real good. Now she's getting much pinker now on the chest area, and I'm going to go ahead and rinse that here in just a moment. But I want to just check her skin with my hands to make sure that I have got everything the way I want it to be and everything is removed. Sometimes you can feel, when you go back with your fingertips, any of the cells that have not quite lifted away, or if there were any mixture that you missed, you'll be able to pick that up and know that you need to rinse more. Okay, looks great. Doesn't she look beautiful? That looks really nice. Now let me rinse the chest. Which, are you able to feel what you have on your chest?
A very little bit, but yeah, a little prickly.
Okay. Remember, this is a 50% with the pumpkin parfait. And so it's important we get all of that off. Now, we all noticed a really nice change just in 1 week's time with this area for Donna. Much smoother, healthier looking, lighter, and usually you don't see that improvement that quickly. And usually the chest will stay a little grungy longer. So that was a nice surprise for her and for us. But as she continues to do these treatments, she's going to see, much more improvement. And so we've got, from now, and this happening being just kind of the beginning of fall for us, that's a great time to start your body treatments. and work with that over the next 3 months, so that by the time the holidays come along, she's going to be able to wear her evening party dresses, and the chest is going to really look very pretty, smooth, and much more even in color. So put a little bit of your pumpkin rinse on your gauze and just lay it into the tissue. This whole treatment is based on the nutrients of pumpkin. Pumpkin has the highest amount of vitamin A and beta carotene of any of the plant family of your fruits and vegetables. Beautiful antioxidant mixtures. Like I said, great for infusing nutrients into the tissue. Sort of let that just work into the tissue. Do a little tapotement as this absorbs and dries into the skin. Now I'm going to give Donna a really nice nourishment step using the pumpkin E oil. And this is so much more than an oil. This has got beta carotene, the pumpkin resin and wines. It has a lot of vitamin E, that's why it's called pumpkin E. And D-alpha tocopherol, which is vitamin E, is also an extremely valuable antioxidant for the skin. And what we're doing is everything to build her skin back up. So I'm going to be infusing all the nutrients and antioxidants into her skin that I can. You can build a beautiful massage around this nourishment. And this is a very therapeutic serum that I often use as the main focus of the treatment as a tissue respirator. And you can use this with steam. Working it in for, like I said, just a really nice massage. And depending on the need of the skin that you're working on, you can adjust your massage accordingly. You might want to do manual lymphatic, you might do tapotement, or you might just do a really nice relaxing massage like I'm doing now. And this can be as long as you like. You can extend the time on this treatment just by how much time you choose to spend doing massage. I do like the nutrients of the pumpkin E to be on the skin for about 5 minutes. And then I want to steam the last few minutes of this into the skin with a warm compress. And this time I've just taken a soft cotton diaper that's been warmed with really warm water and just lay it on the skin. Just lay your gauze down on the chest. Now, if you were going to stop here, which there are sometimes with treatments, this can be the finish. What you've done with your compress is just absorb in and also pick up any surface residue of the pumpkin E oil, and then you can just leave this on the skin. You do always want to blot it because it leaves a resin on the skin from the plant resin of the pumpkin, and that leaves a little bit of a green tinge to the skin. So now we're mixing up our final mask, our finishing mask for this, and with the nutrients that Donna has on right now, the remainder of this pumpkin vitamin E mixture, we're going to take even more pumpkin, the parfait enzyme that I used at the beginning of the treatment for digestion of cells. We're going to take a little bit of that and put it into our milk mask, our chilled milk mask, which has a lot of nutrient value because of the mare's milk, dry mare's milk powder that's in this. You don't want to have it be too intense with the pumpkin nutrients. So what I've really done is created a nice little pumpkin vitamin mask for her using the combination of the chilled milk and our pumpkin parfait enzyme. Versatile little mixtures to create very unique treatments in the treatment room. You know, this is a great treatment, by the way, for a fall promotion. Promoting all the harvest pumpkin and having a little display of pumpkins maybe in your reception area, and then promoting the all-natural pumpkin refresher. It's nice to have your iPads real moist and soaking on ice. I feel really refreshing. Lay those across the eyes. And now we're going to occlude the face with just a very slight or slightly dampened gauze. Not enough to change the mixture in any way. I don't want to dilute anything. It's really just wet enough so that I can stretch it out and lay it across the skin. And it's really not necessary to do décolleté if you don't want to, but on the other hand, if you want to just follow up all the way, if you're doing it as a complete treatment, it feels real nice. And you could just stretch out a couple of gauze and lay them on this way. Now we'll roll the chilled ice globes, starting at the eyes. If you've done any extractions, which you certainly can do with this treatment, the extractions would be done after you have removed the pumpkin enzyme. And using the chilled ice globes will always help to take any swelling of the tissue away that you might have gotten from your extractions. And you can also do this as long as you like. You want the milk mask preparation with the pumpkin to be on the skin for about 7 to 10 minutes. And so if you want to do the cooling down and icing effect, you could continue to do that as kind of a nice massage for the skin for the full time, or 2 to 3 minutes, and then you could do a neck and shoulder massage. This treatment takes about 30 minutes, and you can extend that time just by how long you do extra little steps for massaging. Once the mask has been on for about, like I said, 7 to 10 minutes, and you want to remove it with your cool water. And I'm just going to remove it with the same gauze that I have draped on her. be giving her another rinse all over with the 2 more cooled pads, just to get a real thorough removal of everything. Notice how pretty the skin looks, the stimulation that she's continuing to receive, but yet not in a negative way. This is all very positive. This helps to increase the circulation and bring the blood up to the surface so that more oxygen is put into the skin tissue, more of the natural nutrients from the blood. Now we have 2 options for our finish, and one is if you have oxygen. That would be a wonderful step right now to do for her, is to just bathe and infuse her skin with oxygen and vitamins. And if you do not have oxygen, there is a nutrient step that we can do, and I will show you. That's what I'm going to do for Donna today. Okay, I want to dry her skin with the gauze. And that was good for her chest. We're actually getting up just a few more dead cells that needed to soften and break up. And she's going to see more and more of that happen. We're not going to stop here with Donna. She's going to continue with home treatment as well as more professional treatments to work on this over the next 3 months. Okay, we're going to put just a little bit of Antioxidant Complex serum. This has the biopeptides as well as a potent blend of many powerful antioxidants. Gives the skin just a blast of high-powered antioxidants for support, helps to combat free radical damage, and when used on a regular basis, the skin will really begin to firm and tone and tighten up. And we usually see that when someone's using this every day after about 2 months of use. Great to use in your treatment room when you've done peels and any of your healthy maintenance treatments. And then I want to finish her, just a little bit more please, with a final application on top of this of more antioxidants. You can't overdo the antioxidants. Her skin is hungry for those. And this has got grapeseed, pressed grapeseed extract with just a few really great essential oils that are very supportive for the skin. And laying these right over the antioxidant complex, her skin will just drink all of this up. And our final step that we do for everyone before they walk out the door, unless it was nighttime and she was going home and going to bed, is an SPF 30, a sunblock. And we're going to put the tinted sunblock on her today. But look how pretty your skin looks before we put the sun protection on. And the sun protection has a little bit of a tint, so it's going to help to give her skin a little bit more even look. I said this is an SPF 30. It's a physical block. Now, depending on what they're wearing, I probably would not put this on the chest, because this particular mixture will stain clothing. So if you wanted to put something on the chest, I would either use a non-tinted or a zinc protection cream. But zinc oxide, titanium dioxide, the physical blocks in this are also so healthy for the skin that this becomes a valuable part of the skin regimen for continuing to help support the skin. More so than just for sun protection, which I don't want to minimize that at all, because most of the aging of the skin is due to sun damage. But I want you to understand that because of the zinc, that can also help with the skin that has impurities and other problems, and this will be very helpful for that. Okay, how do you feel?
Great.
Okay, well, you look beautiful. And this concludes our all-natural pumpkin refresher treatment. That is one of my signature facials and can be done weekly on many skin types, and is also part of a monthly healthy maintenance treatment.
And just had great results. And I remember telling a friend of mine that I said, you know, I don't have any makeup on right now. And she was just astonished, you know. She's like, you don't have anything on? No concealer, no nothing? And she had seen my skin without it before. And I said, nope, not a touch of makeup. And she just was really remarkable results. I encourage people all the time to try Rhonda Ellison products because of the fact that I have seen results from them. And you know, getting closer to 40, we all really are concerned about that. And I really feel like they're products that work, and they rejuvenate the skin, and with long-lasting results.